everyone, and welcome to prompt number 86. We're not doing the rhymes. Let's get into it. We've got 3 little pigs and magic amulet. Ooh, a twist on the story. Here we go. So like I said in the intro, I was wanting to do a sort of different twist on the classic 3 little pigs. I was hoping to sketch a few pigs and maybe figure out their own different personality. Because I know in the story, they're just kind of these generic pigs. One builds a straw house, one builds a stick house, and the second one builds a cement or brick house. But aside from what they build, they're just kind of pigs. I think as far as I can tell, they don't really have like a whole lot of personality. So I did want to start off with sketching just different ways of drawing pigs, and I immediately fell in love with that second pig. He just kind of looked sassy, he just looked really silly, and I loved him. So I didn't really do a whole lot of sketching outside of those 3 designs. I didn't really like the first one, I thought he was really basic. But having the third one, a girl, made me think, what if she was a magical girl using the magic amulet to transform into a magical girl? So being a pig character, of course, I had to design her magical girlness around breakfast. Yeah, she's a magical girl for bacon, eggs, toast, meats and breakfast stuff. I don't really have a complete story for why she's turning into a bacon magical girl. I guess because they are fighting a wolf, because a wolf wants to blow their house down. Maybe this wolf was so proud of eating pigs that he had this magical amulet sausage and he threw it at them or something. I don't know how they got a hold of it. Maybe they stole it from him because he was so proud of being a meat eater and they wanted to do something against him. I don't know. I just have general ideas for these stories. I don't have all the details. So basically, she gets a hold of this magical amulet, and she is very surprised as she turns into this big and beautiful magical girl. She's got this really cute, I think, bacon bow that is just kind of behind her, because usually magical girls pride themselves, I guess, in their crazy hairstyles, or at least they usually have some sort of cute hairstyle. But being a pig, she doesn't have hair, so I really had to make that bacon bow pretty big and prominent in her outfit design. I also just thought it would be really cute to give her this tiny little egg that's just plopped on her head. At first, the egg was paired with a piece of bacon, so it was more of an accessory, more of like a little bow, but that was before I gave her the giant bacon bow behind her. So I thought it would just be cute to have an egg that's just slopped on her head sitting there. Especially because it does complement her dress, which I think is the most adorable thing. It's 2 egg yolks that are around her boobs, and then it's the white part that's flowing around her. I think it's really adorable, it's very simple, and it does fit with the whole breakfast thing. Now, when it came to the amulet, at first it was a piece of toast, but I thought it would be more fitting if the entirety of her outfit was basically meat related. Eggs are basically meat, they come from animals, and the bacon. So I thought the amulet had to be something else that was pig meat related, so I went with a sausage. And looking at it now, I realize that I think the majority of amulets actually have some sort of jewel inside of it, so thankfully it does seem like there are amulets that don't have jewels, so I didn't blow that one. But I actually kind of struggled with the placement of the amulet because I just really loved how simple and clean her design was, and adding this little tiny amulet just kind of threw everything off. So I'm not super happy with it, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Overall, I am so happy with her simple and cute design, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity of having her dress flipping up and revealing her underwear because she's a magical girl after all. I don't know where I was going with that. How does Sailor Moon not show her underwear all the time? It is so short. That skirt is the shortest skirt I've ever seen. Before I continue, I do want to apologize for the absolutely horrible lighting in this video. It was a cloudy day, and as the clouds started to take over the sky, the sun went away, but I was just so into drawing that it got really dark, and when I looked up at my camera, I was horrified to see just how dark it was. So it doesn't look great here, but just stick with me. So with the colors on this one, lately I have been wanting to push myself to do brighter colors and just more colorful colors. I do love my earthy tones. They are not going anywhere. And I really struggled with wanting to do a more peachy, earthy, toned down pig. But because she is a magical girl, I felt like it was only fitting if I made it a very bright pink. So this is quite a bright image. And as I was coloring her body, I was so worried that I made it too bright. I'm sure there's no such thing as too bright, but for me personally, I was just like, oh my gosh, I should have went with a really earthy color. I'm going to regret this and it's going to look like garbage. But in the end, it's actually kind of earthy still. Because the bacon is normally a sort of browny red color, I didn't want that to be a browny red color. I did want it to be sort of bright and colorful. So the bacon has a sort of purpley color to it, but I didn't want to make it too bright because if I just made it this bright purple thing, it wouldn't look like bacon. So I think the bacon did a good job of kind of toning everything down and bringing it back to an earthy color. But not using earthy colors is such a struggle for me. I did like the pop of yellow color also that the egg yolk brings. It is just so bright, but not too bright, and it goes along with the pink, so I did like that. I did make her dress slightly yellow because I know the white of eggs is just white, but since I wasn't putting a background on this, I didn't want to just have this white blob in the middle of the paper. So the egg is slightly yellow, which I do think works really well. And the two little pigs down there that are watching her transform, I wanted all of their outfits to sort of match, so I made her underwear striped because striped underwear is always my go-to underwear. I love stripes, striped underwear is cute. So she has this striped underwear that didn't change when she transformed into a magical girl. The pig on the left has a striped shirt and overalls, and the pig on the right also has a striped shirt, but he has more of shorts that he's wearing. I just wanted to make sure that they all kind of tied together because I guess they're related, but also I didn't want there to be any elements that just seemed to really stand out and be their own. I did try to tone their pinks down just a little bit, but I was afraid that I would tone them down so much that they wouldn't really fit in with her brightness. So the pigs on the bottom are just a slightly different tone than her, just to make sure that all of the attention is at that magical girl. As far as the flooring goes, it's a hardwood floor. I figure they are probably hiding out in the whichever pig has built the brick house because, as you know in the story, they end up hiding out in the brick house, but maybe the brick house wasn't enough in the story. Maybe the brick house got destroyed and she had to break out her magical powers to defend them. Like I said, I have no idea. I don't know where this story went. I just kind of drew it. Overall, this is a really simple and cute one, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I gotta know though, how is she going to defeat the wolf? Is she just going to feed him so much bacon that he gets clogged arteries or something? I don't know. I'm not sure where this is going, but that is that. I enjoyed this prompt and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hey you, this is just a reminder that I am not able to include your prompt entries at the moment. I am still in Japan, but they will be continuing on prompt 88, so look forward to it. Of course, you can still participate with the hashtag CaseyThePrompt if you just want to join in for fun, but that's it. Okay, bye.